Abortion is an early termination of a pregnancy. Currently in the United States, 1.37 million abortions go on a year, which comes to a daily total of around 3,700. In an online source, 2000 online source labeled Abortion Facts, it states that 43% of women will have one abortion by the time they're 45. Most of these women that do have an abortion are under the age of 25 and they've never been married. Abortion was illegal until January of 1973. There was a Supreme Court case called Roe v. Wade. This case legalized abortion. It gave the women the right to have an abortion without any restrictions as long as she had the aid of her doctor and she did it earlier in pregnancy. If she decided to have an abortion later in pregnancy, there were going to be some restrictions, but she could still do it and have the right to privacy. Once abortion became legalized, people could either become one of two ways. They could either be pro-choice or pro-life. Pro-life is where you are against abortion and you believe everyone has the opportunity to live. If you're pro-choice, you believe you're for abortion and you believe a woman has the right to choose whether or not she wants to have an abortion. In a 2006 online source, Reasons Women Choose Abortion, it states that out of 6 million pregnancies a year, half of all these pregnancies are unintended and 1 in 10 newborns have been reported as unwanted. The number one reason that abortions occurs because birth control failure. Half of all pregnancies that occurred, birth control was stated to have been taken the month that they became pregnant. Other reasons are for rape or incest. If the woman feels like she is unable to care for the child, most of the time the pregnancy is just unwanted. In a small percentage, 3%, 6% total, 3% for women's health is in danger, and the other 3% is the child's health is in danger. Those are other two reasons that abortion does happen. And an online source labeled Learn About Abortion Procedures and Risk. Most abortions happen before 7 weeks of pregnancy. If they happen before 7 weeks of pregnancy, the most common procedure is that manual vacuum aspiration, and that is where the fetus is sucked through the uterus through a tube. If the abortion is done after that, the doctor will take the fetus out with forceps. A lot of times the skull and the brain and the head have started to develop and they're too big to travel through the tube. So when they pull them out with the forceps, the brain is sucked out and the skull is crushed for the child to be pulled out with forceps, which I think is just, it's horrible. It's very sad. The brain is crushed, and in a lot of cases the skull is crushed. In a lot of cases to get the brain out, they take scissors, insert it into the back of the head, and then put a tube in the head to suck the brain out. Also, women can take pills to abort a baby. That's another way. There's several complications and risks to have an abortion. Heavy bleeding, which can become severe infection. The uterus can become punctured or torn. Uterine lining can become scarred. Damage to the internal organs. Death can even occur. It's very rare, but it can happen. A lot of times there's something called an incomplete abortion that can also occur that can cause infection and severe bleeding. It's where parts of the fetus or medical instruments that have been used were accidentally left inside the woman's uterus. It also causes more risk to the woman in the future. She has more of a chance of having a premature baby. Studies have also linked breast cancer to abortion. I thought that was pretty interesting. It said that 50% of women that have reported having breast cancer, they have had at least one abortion. A lot of other things that can happen is eating disorders, guilt, depression, alcohol, drug abuse, sexual dysfunction. Those are all complications that the woman can have in the future. Abortion should be legal for several different reasons. A lot of women use abortion as a way out, that they feel it's okay if they get pregnant because they always have the option of an abortion. That's selfish. That's irresponsible. People need to start taking action for their own mistakes. something I thought was interesting was it's illegal to kill an animal, but it's legal to kill a human. These babies are literally torn apart, facing all pain and experiencing all of it. They have nothing, no medication to help them feel any better about this or soothe their pain. It's also not an excuse for low-income mothers. There's plenty of government assistance and aid out there for low-income families. Adoption is also a great option. There's 50,000 adoptions done yearly. There's many families that aren't able to have children and they would love to have a child to love and to give the potential to have a long and healthy life. The only reason I feel, again, that abortion would be okay under some circumstances are either if, one, the mother's life is in danger, or two, if the child's life is in danger. But again, only a small 6% of all abortions are done due to these reasons. So the other 96 are due to other reasons, which pretty much, they're just unwanted. I'm going to end this. Many of you, hopefully many of you that have been against abortion or just feel even more strongly about it with some of the facts I've given you about risk and complications. There's other ways out. You can talk to, there's pregnancy centers. You can talk to your pastor or priest if you're involved in the church. Talk to parents, friends, your partner. Abortion's not the only way out. Hopefully, those of you that you know there's more options, you know your risk and complications, there's other ways that people can go about this. It's not the only way out, and hopefully you feel more stronger about your views. And the people of you that were for abortion, maybe now you'll change your mind when you've heard some of the things that I've had to say about it. Abortion kills, and it kills children that could have lived a long, happy, healthy life. Every person has the right to life. Thank you.